Good morning. Although, I know it doesn't exactly look like it. Yes, it is morning, and you can tell that we are moving into UK winter. It is 20 past 7, and there is no sign of the sun, and it is raining. Yay. Alright, now, you probably will have noticed I didn't do a predictions video yesterday. Through one eventuality and another, there were half a dozen reasons I didn't. None of them to do with the videos themselves, but all of them which prevented me from recording. In a way, though, I'm kind of glad I didn't do a predictions video, because the session went that crazy that there's no way I could have predicted it anywhere close. So, if we just set the scene, going into the session, we had Doc and Madman with Cassandra, aka Neuromancer, planning an assault on the Flatiron Building. We had Kim and Seeger, prisoners of the Virtual Adepts. We had Jamie, recently converted by the Nefandi, and Taylor, recently being mind-blanked to be sent to Jamie at her request. It was shaping up to be quite the epic battle. As the battle prep was commencing, Doc asked Neuromancer to try to make contact with the Adepts to get their friends back. Now, obviously, based on the naming structure, anyone who's familiar with Gibson's work knows that Neuromancer and Wintermute, the AI working with the Virtual Adepts, have a history. And we have a car stopped in the middle of the road. And that history is a bit turbulent. But eventually they did make contact. Doc attempted to negotiate with Wintermute. Wintermute considered a number of possibilities and decided to turn the situation to his advantage. He brought Kim and Seeger out of the storage that he had them in and explained to them that he had infected them with the Turing virus, and that basically they had to kill the Nefandi, which was the enemy of both groups, within 48 hours, or their memories would vanish. Wintermute then told them that the Nefandi was Jamie, and then sent them back to Doc. I don't think they even quite realized how easily Wintermute broke through Neuromancer's defenses there. I don't think they ever even picked up on it. Once those four were back together, of course, the arguing over how to proceed started. Some of them were ready to go kill Jamie. Others wanted to know how to save Jamie. Lots and lots and lots of confusion. Lots of different plans debated. And then Kim decides to pull the reset card. Now, this is where I always caution storytellers to be careful what time magic you allow into a game. Because at some point, it will cause a problem. And I allowed it, so in a lot of ways it is my fault. But that's where we were. So in a lot of ways, I'm glad that if we were going to have some time screwiness, it happened in this short game as we were learning the system, because it will remind everyone in the future when we play what can happen with time magic. So maybe some positive in that aspect. But basically, Kim managed to, through some use of the time sphere, send a message back to his previous self, which altered his actions going forward. So we had to rewind the game all the way back to, I believe, about session 3, maybe 4, where they had just stepped out of the wardrobe portal after first encountering the World of Darkness version of me. Now, originally this is where they arrested Kim for traveling through unauthorized portals, unauthorized gauntlet access, and they took him to the director and told the director everything. Of course, that's when the director started shooting at them and they dove into the World Wide Web. So, through a series of events here, they altered what occurred at that point. Kim gave himself a warning about what was going on, which allowed him to convince the others not to take him to the director, but instead to try to scry the future and figure out what the heck was going on. When he did so, they got a hint of Jamie being an Effendi. That, of course, nearly caused them to shoot Jamie, until they were finally convinced by their scans that she was not an Effendi yet. Which has then spiraled things forward into the future in a whole new path. Completely undoing about the last 4 sessions of gameplay, and completely changing our end game. I mean, we were looking at last night being the end, or the beginning at least, of the finale. I wasn't sure they would finish the combat. I thought it might spill over into another week, but it was at least, part 1 of the finale. Now things might be thrown off a bit. So, yeah. Time. It's one to be cautious of. And now we have to figure out what the ending is going to look like. So, that's what happened in this week's Monday game. I'm going to wrap up there. I'll be back tomorrow with more Changeling for us. Until then, have a great day. Like, subscribe, and keep safe.